today, from London, England, it's the NFL International Series on EA Sports. Seattle Seahawks.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Seattle Seahawks and the London Black Knights. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So out come the Seahawks now for their first possession. And a glance at the tall signal caller, standing 6'6".
And it felt like in watching the game tape, he got everyone involved last week.
He was a manager.
He really was. That's a great way to put it, because they ran the ball some, they threw it accurately. One touchdown pass, so he didn't, break the bank doing that, but he didn't throw any interceptions. That's the bottom line. That's why a defense loves a quarterback like that. Doesn't put them in bad situations.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. In a word, I would say productive, finding the end zone 3 different times.
Is it possible that you're really underselling it? 3 touchdowns, just going to call him productive?
What do you want?
This guy had a nose for the end zone.
He was good.
Had a snootful, didn't he? How about that? Big-time game.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Okay, just like that.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. But just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. And early on, they're picking up right where they left off last week.
And I know a lot of coaches say each game is its own. You don't really have carryover. This feels like carryover. So much confidence from the previous game that they're using to their advantage now.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here to really go. He's got to like the way this is starting.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end. And it's 3rd and 4.
From the snap, he certainly looked like he knew where he wanted to go with the ball, but surprise, that guy was covered. So that took his attention elsewhere to no avail.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Completes it to the tight end, Kittle. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down to about the 21 or 22. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down.
A short game that doesn't give them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will.
That's how we do it.
Right, they didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
3.5 to go, first quarter. They'll run for the first time here with Matt Breida. A check on Breida's numbers from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a first down on a gain of 10. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Past the 20. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6, obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. You know darn well both of these teams reviewed the film and saw that this defense had 5 sacks last week. They got to keep their QB upright.
And they're going to try their best to do exactly that. But they're facing a team where getting to the quarterback is a mindset. It's a mantra for them.
And he's taken down. Back at his own 7.
2 sacks last week. Another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. On third down, a run from Breida. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's fourth down. And they'll send out their punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This one into the hands of Kittle, the tight end. 3 yards the gain there, second down. And we are keeping a close eye on his catches, a really close eye now because that's number 899 in his career. The next one will give him 900. On second down, it's Little. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A big play there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
No, not today.
London about set to take over on offense. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Yeah, we dominate today.
Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And all the way down to the 39. And they rattle off a big one. 43 yards for an offense that has not found the end zone yet. That's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Now here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he will take this one in for a touchdown.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Now the try here for the extra point. And it's 17-7. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. So the lead back down to 10 as things get a little more interesting, and the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. They'll come out throwing here on first down. In trouble, and he's taken down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a third down.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Little. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll bring up fourth down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find the spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And the Seahawks are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Sets him up nicely. First and goal. It was a pickup of 14. They'll look to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. George Kittle, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further.
You get down near the goal line, this is where having a sure-handed tight end becomes a luxury, and it pays off big time, especially when the defense sells out against the run, and he finds himself open for an easy touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. London about set to take over on offense. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. A 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off right around the 43. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. He got out of the pocket there, was wondering what he was going to do with it, but I think he was calling, his receiver was calling for the ball, wasn't he?
He certainly was. The problem, he called for it too late, and when he delivered, they were all over him in the secondary and came up with the interception.
Now the Seahawks stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Mike, check.
to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
Good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And his kick here is good. And that will push this lead up to 20 now. Still a little bit of time left here in the 2nd quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And he's going to have a first down, and they get into field goal range here at the 29. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
First down, he'll drop to throw it. Flushed out right. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. Flush to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And this one is incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the 2nd half. From the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
57, Mike, 56.
Breida to get the 3rd quarter started. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football off a triple option, you've actually called that play.
Here's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards.
Well, it certainly doesn't matter if it's been through the air like on this play or on the ground. I don't know what's going on with this defense. In a sense, they've been AWOL on this drive so far. 3 plays, 3 first downs given up.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Alert 3, 36, 36.
Out of the gun now on third down. Eluding the pressure right. Looking right sideline. That's complete. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
They'll try to run with Breida, and he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Matt Breida, his 9th touchdown of the season, and his guys are able to cut into that deficit. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Here comes the Seahawks offensive unit. They'll have it first to begin the 3rd. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll keep it on the ground. Little. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
With the kind of game he's had so far, you had to know that on 3rd down that they would be looking his way, and they did, for big yardage and a 1st down. I think the defense fell asleep at the switch on that one. I would have doubled him, tripled him, anything to keep the ball out of his hands.
Now a throw here on 2nd down, and that's complete. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll get it down here to the 43. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Right back to him on 1st down. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did. Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available, Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
Hey, y'all, what's up?
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Little. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3-and-out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
They'll contain him to just 4. Second down. Able to shake him off. They were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
That's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
Buying time to his left. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
Mike, check, 59.
Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
So they settle for just the 3, but clearly right now anything helps trying to salt this one away in the 4th.
Without a doubt, obviously a touchdown probably would have been the final nail to finish this thing off, but they still ate up time, got points, so mission accomplished. It's darn close.
And ultimately he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. London about set to take over on offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. 23 yards on the play. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end complete. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Back to throw here. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 18. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dante Pettis, his third touchdown now on the year. And his guys are able to close that gap just a bit.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as he'll try to get it to a one-score game with a two-point conversion. And they're going to get the two. It's caught. So they get the conversion, and now we're back to a one-score game. And that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the two.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the two-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their two-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
They'll keep it on the ground. Little. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around a training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's...
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. So now Las Vegas down by 15. 1:07 remaining. They need 2 touchdowns and at least 1 2-point conversion mixed in there as well. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Flushed out right. Now he'll pull it down. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Complete to the running back, Matt Breida. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
56, the mic. Hey, smash. Check 56. I got one.
They'll set up a throw. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's go.
Back to throw again. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, third and goal.
Check. Check 50. Check 50.
This is Breida. He's going to be marked down very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say cheerio from London.